Our chosen one, your journey to this moment has been anything but ordinary, and there is a stirring within your spirit that confirms you have been led here by a power far beyond human comprehension. Look back on the twists and turns of your life and recognize that each hurdle you overcame was never a coincidence, but a stepping stone to prepare you for what is unfolding right now. No matter how insurmountable the challenges once seemed, they have all converged into this pivotal point where you are about to witness an extraordinary shift in your reality. This is not a mere accident or stroke of luck. It is a clear indication that divine forces are orchestrating events on your behalf, guiding you into a realm of enduring blessings. Whether you faced financial struggles, emotional setbacks, or a sense of stagnation that felt endless, the universe has been aligning to bring you to a place of genuine freedom. Within the depths of your spirit, there is a clarity that whispers it is your time to break free from every limitation that once held you captive. Even if the world around you questions the legitimacy of your calling or doubts the authenticity of your newfound confidence, none of that can diminish the truth that resonates in your heart. You are chosen, and with that calling comes an unbreakable promise of abundance that transcends any human logic. As you stand on the precipice of this revelation, let your fears and uncertainties dissolve into the certainty that a life of unimaginable richness awaits. There is no reason to shrink back or second-guess the path that is illuminating before you, because everything that has led you here is part of a bigger, more magnificent plan. Embrace this moment with open arms, for it marks the beginning of a journey that will surpass your greatest dreams. The Creator who fashioned galaxies and breathed life into your soul has heard every silent prayer you've ever whispered. All the times you felt overlooked or forgotten, the eyes of the divine were upon you, measuring your faith and preparing you for this very hour. Now, you are ready to receive the flood of blessings that have been held in reserve, waiting for your heart to be receptive and your spirit to be aligned. Trust that you do not need to strive or struggle to earn what is about to be poured into your life, because these gifts come through grace, not through toil. Cast aside any lingering doubts, for they no longer serve you on this path. You have entered a sacred space where burdens are lifted, and every form of lack gives way to the certainty of plenty. Here and now, the atmosphere itself is pregnant with possibility, summoning you to awaken to the destiny you were always meant to fulfill. Now, imagine every struggle you endured as a seed planted in soil that has been carefully watered by divine intention. Those seeds, once buried in darkness, are about to break through the surface with unstoppable force, bearing fruit that will nourish not only you, but everyone connected to your destiny. This transformation is not reliant on human approval, nor is it hindered by the opinions of those who underestimated you. In fact, the skepticism of others serves only to highlight the brilliance of what is taking root within you. As you embrace the fullness of your calling, you will notice how your entire perception of scarcity begins to fade, replaced by a profound awareness that you are surrounded by infinite supply. Where once you toiled in frustration, feeling as though your efforts brought minimal returns, you will now see a multiplier effect that surpasses every limitation you once knew. This is the realm of supernatural expansion, where the resources you need seem to materialize exactly when you need them, and where past failures are transformed into stepping stones for future victories. Continue to hold on to your dreams, regardless of how grand they appear, for the power that is calling you forward is neither small nor hesitant. By aligning yourself with this unstoppable momentum, you invite the miraculous to become an everyday occurrence in your life. The universe is waiting for your permission to unleash blessings beyond your previous comprehension. Every doubt, every internal question about whether you are truly worthy of such abundance is a veil that prevents you from experiencing the fullness of what is already prepared. Set aside the layers of self-imposed limitations and cultural conditioning that once insisted you should settle for less. You are meant to break boundaries, expand territories, and venture into uncharted realms of accomplishment. The moment you fully accept that your calling is legitimate and your destiny is assured, doors of opportunity will swing open, effortlessly connecting you with the right people and the right resources. It's as though an invisible hand is guiding you toward paths that were previously hidden in plain sight. This is the time to broaden your vision, for you can no longer afford to think small. Every opportunity that appears before you now is a chance to demonstrate your readiness for a life that defies conventional wisdom. Trust the process, trust the promise, and trust the divinely appointed power within you that is orchestrating every detail with meticulous precision. Even if the path looks unfamiliar or the road seems untraveled, move forward with confidence, assured that your steps are guided by a source that never falters. In this new season of boundless favor, you will discover that faith is the key that unlocks the treasure troves of heaven, and once they are opened, no earthly force can seal them again. There is a sacred exchange happening on your behalf, a transaction where your past struggles are being converted into future triumphs, and your days of lack are being replaced with ceaseless provision. At first, it might feel surreal to stand on the edge of such radical change, yet deep down, you sense it is already in motion. Embrace this inner knowing, because it's the signal that your season of waiting has collided with your season of fulfillment. This convergence is not accidental but the direct result of a higher power at work, responding to the echoes of your faith and the sincerity of your desire. No part of your journey has been wasted. Every tear shed and every night spent wondering how to make ends meet has been accounted for in the blueprint of your destiny. What once seemed like prolonged delays or unfair setbacks are now revealed as the catalysts for growth, shaping you into a vessel strong enough to contain the magnitude of blessing about to overflow. There is a reason you were not permitted to fail. Even when circumstances appeared dire, you were protected by a force that refused to let your story end in defeat. From this day forward, let go of the thoughts that tell you prosperity is reserved for someone else or that your past disqualifies you from living a life of limitless riches. Those are mere illusions that shatter in the presence of divine truth. You are stepping into a reality where all things truly are possible for the one who believes. As you traverse this newfound territory, you'll begin to witness synchronicities and alignments that you previously regarded as wishful thinking. Watch as friendships, business endeavors, and creative pursuits spontaneously converge, forming a tapestry of success that could only have been woven by a master designer. The favor upon your life will become palpable, radiating through your words and actions, drawing the curious and the doubtful alike into the orbit of your transformation. Recognize that you have been chosen not just to receive blessings, but to demonstrate what a life surrendered to divine provision looks like. In the days ahead, people who once ridiculed your optimism will marvel at your results, and those who once pitied your circumstances will be astonished by the tables that have turned. Stay humble in the face of this rising tide of abundance, remembering that it flows from a source greater than yourself. The deeper you anchor your trust in that source, the more expansive your blessings will become. Now is the moment to lock arms with unwavering faith, to place every ounce of your belief into the promise that you have been ushered into an era of unending bounty. Once you fully grasp this, you'll understand that it's not merely about collecting wealth, but about revealing a grand narrative of hope, restoration, and victory for all who dare to believe. As you continue forward, you will find that this journey extends far beyond financial gain. It permeates every dimension of your life. Genuine prosperity encompasses not only material assets, but also emotional well-being, stable relationships, and the emergence of a purposeful existence that resonates at the core of your soul. It is an all-encompassing richness that lifts you from the confines of survival mode and sets you firmly in a place where true fulfillment can flourish. Even the smallest areas where you once felt overlooked or unworthy will begin to mirror the abundance that has been declared over your life. It's as though the very energy around you has shifted, drawing in positive circumstances and repelling those that no longer align with your growth. In these moments, let your gratitude magnify, because gratitude itself is a powerful magnet for more blessings. Every expression of thankfulness amplifies the flow of favor and keeps you grounded in the understanding that this journey is a divine partnership. Remember that while you are the recipient of unprecedented abundance, you are also the steward of these resources. How you manage and share what you receive will pave the way for either continued increase or stagnation. When you give freely, whether it be your time, your wisdom, or your wealth, you participate in a cycle that ensures you will never run dry. Generosity activates a principle that multiplies both the tangible and intangible gifts in your life, creating a ripple effect that touches countless others. Be prepared, however, for the reality that not everyone will celebrate your rise. Jealousy, misunderstanding, and cynicism might attempt to rear their heads, but these reactions are powerless against the shield of divine favor. The negativity directed toward you is merely a reflection of inner turmoil in those who have yet to tap into their own inheritance. Resist the urge to respond defensively or shrink back in the face of criticism. Instead, allow your life's unfolding blessings to serve as a quiet testament to the goodness that surrounds you. Eventually, even the harshest skeptic may find inspiration in your journey. Center yourself in the belief that your success is a catalyst for others to awaken to their own possibilities. The seeds of abundance you carry are not meant to be locked away, but to germinate in the hearts of those who are ready to believe in miracles for themselves. Stay vigilant, for each blessing is both an opportunity and a test of your character. Integrity, compassion, and humility become increasingly vital as you move into greater realms of influence. In this space, your life becomes a beacon of hope, shining light into places where others still wander in darkness. Let your story affirm that no situation is beyond transformation when touched by the hand of the divine, and that no life is too broken to be made whole by the infusion of supernatural grace. In order to fully receive what is being offered, you must grant yourself permission to step out of old mindsets of lack and fear. The chains that once held you back are nothing but illusions, yet they can feel incredibly real if you give them power. This journey requires an active choice to believe in the unimaginable even before it becomes visible. Faith is the currency of this new realm, and every act of faith makes room for wonders to manifest in your life. Do not be surprised if an internal battle rages on, trying to convince you that such a life of favor is too good to be true. The voices of doubt, whether they come from within or from those around you, will try to plant seeds of unbelief that threaten to hinder your progress. Yet, the fact that you have come this far is evidence that those voices do not have the final say. By consistently reaffirming your worthiness to receive, you take ownership of your destiny and dismantle every lie that insists you remain small. Understand that the power at work within you is not diminished by your fears. Instead, it stands ready to dissolve them the moment you decide to trust. In the weeks and months ahead, look for signs that your life is being rearranged to accommodate greater blessings. You may find yourself drawn to new friendships, unexplored ventures, or creative pursuits that spark a passion you never knew existed. These are divine clues, pointing you toward paths that will open doors of prosperity and influence. Pay attention to these nudges, for ignoring them could mean missing out on key elements of the destiny crafted for you. Revisit the dreams you once considered unrealistic and allow yourself to envision them anew through the lens of endless possibility. The limiting beliefs of old do not belong in this season. You will find that as your mindset shifts, so will your external realities. Just as you cannot pour fresh wine into old wineskins, you cannot contain your expanding life within a framework built on scarcity. This is an ongoing process of renewal, requiring you to continually shed thoughts and habits that no longer resonate with who you are becoming. Each day, affirm that you are ready for the fullness of this experience and watch as synchronicities increase, opportunities multiply, and your influence grows in ways you never anticipated. Resist the urge to shrink into the comfort of the familiar. This new horizon calls for courageous steps and a willingness to stand tall, even when you feel vulnerable. Embrace the vastness of what is available, for in doing so, you affirm that you are not alone. A force far greater than yourself is orchestrating every detail to bring you into alignment with the life you were always meant to live. Amid this extraordinary shift, it is also vital to cultivate practices that keep you centered and attuned to the presence that guides you. One simple, yet powerful way to maintain your inner balance and clarity is through conscious breathwork. A highly effective technique that anyone can practice is often referred to as the 478 breathing method. Begin by sitting comfortably, either on a chair with your feet planted on the ground or cross-legged on the floor if that feels more natural. Take a normal breath to settle yourself, then inhale quietly through your nose to a count of 4. Once your lungs are full, hold that breath for a count of 7, allowing your body to bask in the stillness of that moment. Finally, exhale slowly and completely through your mouth to a count of 8, letting go of any tension or worries that might be clinging to your mind or muscles. Repeat this cycle for 4 complete rounds, or longer if you feel called to do so, maintaining a smooth and steady rhythm. By focusing on these counts, you gently shift your nervous system from a state of stress or overthinking into a mode of relaxation and receptivity. The beauty of this method is that it can be practiced anywhere, whether in the midst of a busy day or as a grounding ritual before sleep. This conscious breathing practice reminds you that you are not just a passive bystander in your journey, but a creator with the divine, invited to participate in each unfolding miracle. As you harmonize your body and mind through breath, you strengthen your capacity to perceive subtle nudges and insights that lead you further into a life of endless possibility. Incorporate this technique daily and observe how your intuition sharpens, your resilience grows, and your sense of inner peace becomes unwavering. In the grand tapestry of abundance that is forming around you, remember that self-care is not selfish. It is a foundational act that ensures you have the energy and clarity to receive and manage the blessings that are streaming into your life. By taking a few moments to align your breath and spirit, you anchor yourself to the unwavering truth that you are guided, provided for, and cherished beyond measure. No matter how chaotic the external world may seem, this practice of conscious breathing will act as a sacred sanctuary, a space where you can reconnect with the overflowing grace that has been promised to you. Let this breathwork serve as both a practical tool and a symbolic reminder that with every inhale, you take in divine provision, and with every exhale, you release all that no longer serves the extraordinary life awaiting your embrace. In the coming days, you will notice that your perspective on wealth begins to transform in remarkable ways. Instead of viewing money and resources as scarce commodities that must be chased, you will start to see them as tools that flow effortlessly into your hands, precisely when needed. This shift is not a passive one, but rather a dynamic collaboration between your faith, your actions, and the guiding hand that orchestrates every event. As you align with this new vision, opportunities to increase your material prosperity may appear in ways that defy traditional logic. A sudden job offer might materialize, an investment could yield unexpected returns, or an inspired idea could evolve into a thriving enterprise. While such manifestations might seem coincidental on the surface, in your heart you will know that these moments are orchestrated by a reality that delights in showering you with every good thing. At times, you might be tempted to question why such favor should be bestowed upon you. Understand that it is not a reward for perfection, but a testament to grace. The same grace that forgives mistakes and redeems shortcomings is the grace that elevates you to a realm of limitless provision. Stay open and flexible, because your path to abundance will not always follow the usual script. You may be guided to take a leap of faith that feels wildly out of step with conventional wisdom, but trust that when such an opportunity arises, it is placed before you to accelerate your journey, not derail it. In these moments, the discipline of listening with your heart becomes crucial. Tune out the naysayers who insist that prosperity must follow rigid formulas, and lean into the still, small voice within that whispers of a grand design. By daring to follow that guidance, you shift from surviving to thriving, from striving to receiving. Prepare yourself for miracles in unexpected places, and remain open to receiving through verse channels. For instance, a project that once seemed stagnant might spontaneously gain momentum, or a connection you long ago forgot could resurface with an offer that changes everything. Embrace these divine surprises without guilt or hesitation, confident that they are meant for you. The same power that orchestrated your breakthrough will provide the wisdom to steward each new blessing responsibly. As you cultivate a heart of gratitude and use your resources to uplift others, the flow of abundance will only increase, reinforcing your unshakable belief that you were destined for greatness. This remarkable process extends beyond mere financial gain, spilling into every corner of your existence. Relationships, opportunities for service, and personal growth will all blossom in tandem with the wealth that is being entrusted to you. You will begin to see your life as a sacred mission, where every resource, every blessing, and every moment aligns to demonstrate the unfathomable goodness that stands behind it all. Step by step, you will realize that your journey is not merely about personal gain, but about becoming a channel of blessing for others. True wealth encompasses far more than a bank account balance. It includes influence, wisdom, and the capacity to create positive change in the lives of those around you. When you recognize that you are being entrusted with resources that carry the potential to transform communities and uplift spirits, you gain a perspective that aligns with the very heartbeat of divine intention. This journey invites you to move beyond the pursuit of material security and into the realm of inspired action. Each time you give, whether it's a word of encouragement or a tangible gift, you activate a cycle of reciprocity that knows no limits. And from a spiritual perspective, your generosity becomes a seed that yields a harvest of even greater blessings, expanding the sphere of impact that your life can have. In many ways, this is a calling to leadership, a leadership that doesn't demand recognition or accolades, but one that quietly shapes the landscapes through unwavering kindness and compassion. Do not be surprised if you begin to notice that those who once dismissed or ridiculed you now look to you for guidance or support. Whether they openly admit it or not, they can sense the presence of something remarkable unfolding around you. While some may attempt to deny it, their hearts will be stirred by the undeniable evidence that a higher force is at work in your life. Rather than letting pride take root, allow humility to guide your responses. Serve with an open heart and a deep understanding that every resource you have been given is intended to uplift not just your own life, but also the lives you touch. It is in this giving that you reinforce your capacity to receive, creating a beautiful and unbroken circle of abundance. As your influence grows, you may even find yourself wrestling with the weight of responsibility that accompanies expanded territory. In those moments, recall that you are never alone. The same divine power that brought you this far will sustain you, providing both direction and sustenance in the moments when your role seems daunting. Lean into that power with full trust, for it has never failed you before, and it will not fail you now. This synergy between your internal transformation and the external opportunities that unfold is a testament to the interconnected nature of all things. Your blessings are meant to be shared, and in sharing, you magnify their impact. Through consistent acts of compassion and generosity, you align your earthly journey with eternal principles, ensuring that the legacy you build is as enduring as the love that set it all in motion. In this place of purposeful living, every step resonates with meaning, and every breath is a reminder that you have been chosen for a mission that extends well beyond yourself. As the momentum of blessing builds, it's natural to reflect on the path you've taken and realize that none of it was an accident. Moments of heartbreak, seeming failures, and stretches of waiting all played a pivotal role in preparing you for the magnitude of what you are now receiving. This retroactive clarity can feel overwhelming, yet it also carries a profound sense of gratitude that grounds you more firmly in the present. You might recall evenings when you prayed for a breakthrough, wondering if your pleas were lost in the vast expanse of the universe. Now you see that none of those prayers were in vain. Each heartfelt request, each tear shed in private, contributed to the tapestry of grace that is now unfolding. Embrace the truth that your story is far bigger than your individual experiences. The abundance you are stepping into is not just about your personal narrative, it is woven into a collective plan that impacts countless other stories as well. You'll notice that the lessons you learned in periods of struggle serve as a wellspring of empathy and wisdom, allowing you to connect with others in more meaningful ways. There is a beauty in these shared experiences, for they create a bridge that transcends superficial differences. No matter how exalted your position becomes or how massive your resources grow, the journey will always beckon you to remember where you came from. By doing so, you maintain the compassion that ensures your ascension doesn't isolate you from those who still wrestle with challenges. If there are moments when you feel a twinge of guilt for the blessings pouring in so rapidly, recognize it for what it is, a fleeting reaction rooted in old conditioning that equates struggle with virtue. True virtue lies in using your gained strength to elevate the marginalized, to provide for those in need, and to become a catalyst for societal healing. Each time you share your blessings, you reaffirm the principle that this abundance has a divine origin. You are not expected to carry the full weight of your mission alone. In fact, the synergy between your resources and the contributions of others creates a powerhouse of transformation. Collaboration and interconnectedness become the framework upon which lasting impact is built. Opportunities to synergize with like-minded souls will arise, and together you will witness the multiplication of your joint efforts. This is the essence of a higher plan, a plan that ensures no gift goes to waste and no talent remains dormant. When you see this big picture, your ability to receive expands, knowing that your overflow has purpose and direction. Let your heart remain open and attuned to the continual guidance that flows in, giving you fresh insight on how best to steward the wealth, both visible and unseen, that is now your inheritance. As you settle into this newfound rhythm, you will discover that true prosperity carries a sense of ease and a gentle unfolding rather than forceful striving. It does not mean life becomes devoid of effort, but that your efforts are met with a grace that propels you forward more swiftly than your natural abilities could achieve on their own. This sense of divine partnership infuses your every decision with confidence because you understand that you are co-laboring with a power that wants you to succeed. In practical terms, you may observe yourself taking inspired action without the paralyzing overanalysis that once held you back. You will find the courage to say yes to opportunities that align with your values and to walk away from those that do not resonate with your core truth. This discernment becomes sharper with each passing day, guiding you away from unproductive entanglements and toward alliances that support your higher calling. At times, the pace of expansion may accelerate beyond what feels comfortable, and you might question whether you can sustain it. That is precisely the moment to remember that you were never meant to carry the burden alone. Each stage of growth brings new resources, new connections, and new levels of insight that equip you to handle the increased responsibility. You are evolving into a version of yourself that is constantly expanding capacity, reflecting the boundless nature of the source from which all blessings flow. Clarity will become a hallmark of your journey as you realize you no longer need to waver between conflicting options or second-guess decisions that once seemed monumental. There is an inherent order in the opportunities coming your way, and as you trust that order, the chaos of uncertainty diminishes. When doubt does occasionally creep in, use it as a reminder that you have the freedom to step back, realign, and then move forward again with renewed assurance. This dynamic is how you grow in the wisdom necessary to manage a life that others may find hard to fathom. It's not that you won't face challenges or that everything will be handed to you on a silver platter. Rather, each challenge will serve as a confirmation that you are on the right track, because your breakthroughs will consistently outnumber your setbacks. Over time, you will see that what seemed like an obstacle was actually an invitation to deepen your faith, refine your character, or enlarge your vision. Lean into this process wholeheartedly, for it is forging a resilience that cannot be easily shaken. Every time you come out on the other side of difficulty, you reaffirm your rightful place in the flow of boundless prosperity. Eventually, you'll look back and recognize that even the detours and delays were crucial threads in a masterful design. A trust that you are being guided toward a tapestry of success and fulfillment that will surpass anything you have yet imagined. In the midst of this accelerating expansion, cultivating a deep-rooted sense of inner peace is just as important as the outward signs of progress. Peace is the atmosphere in which divine ideas flourish. When you are restless or anxious, you may miss the subtle hints and revelations that guide you to the next breakthrough. Conversely, a peaceful mind remains open and receptive, capable of discerning the profound from the trivial and responding with wisdom rather than impulsiveness. One of the most effective ways to sustain this peace is by setting aside a few moments each day to meditate, reflect, or simply breathe in gratitude. By doing so, you keep the channels of spiritual insight clear and unobstructed, ensuring that the torrent of blessings does not become overwhelming or misused. It's like tending to a garden. Consistent care and gentle nurturing produce the most bountiful harvest. During this dedicated time, speak affirmations over your life that reinforce the abundance you are experiencing. Words carry energy, and when spoken from a place of genuine belief, they act as seeds that shape your reality. Statements like, "I am divinely provided for in every circumstance," or "I am a channel of love, wisdom, and prosperity," may seem simple, but they are potent catalysts that align your inner world with the outer manifestations unfolding. As you maintain an atmosphere of peace and gratitude, be mindful of the stories you tell about yourself and your journey. Words such as, "I can't afford that," or "That's impossible for me," no longer align with the reality you are living. Gently replace them with phrases that expand, rather than constrict, your view of what is possible. This isn't about living in denial, it's about consciously choosing language that supports the direction of your life's transformation. Simultaneously, show compassion to those who have not yet arrived at this awareness. They may speak from a place of limitation, and it's important not to absorb their doubts or judgments as your own. Instead, let your life serve as evidence that a different way of being is possible, and perhaps your example will inspire them to shift their perspective. Guard your energy and environment with care, for negativity and fear can quickly dilute your peace if given too much room. This is not to say you isolate yourself, but rather that you carry a protective awareness, ensuring that what you allow into your mental and emotional space supports the abundance that is continually being poured into your life. Every new day invites you to release what no longer resonates and to strengthen your commitment to the path laid out before you. In cultivating peace, you create a sanctuary within your soul, a place where higher wisdom meets unwavering faith, and the miraculous becomes your natural state of being. Looking ahead, you will find that this state of flow becomes more than just a series of fortunate events. It evolves into a lifestyle steeped in supernatural grace. Opportunities will continue to multiply, and resources will arrive at the precise moments you need them. Relationships will flourish and expand, anchored in authenticity and mutual growth. You will come to know that life does not have to be a constant uphill battle, because you have tasted the sweetness of alignment and understand that what is meant for you cannot be taken from you. This transition into a life of ongoing abundance will illuminate the truth that your essence is fundamentally connected to a source of limitless potential. You will no longer view lack as your default setting, and fear will hold less sway over your decisions. Instead, hope, confidence, and an unshakable sense of purpose will dominate your emotional landscape. While the world around you might still cling to ideas of scarcity and competition, you will be living proof that there is another way, a way of endless giving and receiving that defies conventional explanation. In these elevated seasons, it's easy to become swept up in the euphoria of it all. However, remember to honor the humility that undergirds genuine greatness. Every triumph, every windfall, and every favor you receive is a direct testament to the power that has orchestrated your ascent. Maintain a heart posture of gratitude, recognizing that you are neither the originator nor the ultimate proprietor of these blessings, but rather a steward entrusted with the privilege of sharing them. If ever you sense complacency creeping in or detect a shift toward entitlement, gently realign your focus. Reflect on the journey that brought you from a place of longing to a place of continual fulfillment. This reflection is not to dwell on the struggles of the past, but to affirm the magnitude of grace that has brought you so far. Give thanks frequently, not out of obligation or ritual, but from an authentic recognition that life is overflowing with gifts. This posture of gratitude ensures that the flow remains uninterrupted, allowing you to serve as a conduit of blessing for others. There will come moments when you are prompted to step into leadership roles you never anticipated, to speak words that spark change in others, or to initiate projects that challenge the status quo. When these urgings arise, trust that you are equipped to carry them out. The same force that has abundantly provided for you will also empower you to fulfill every assignment. In embracing these opportunities, you continue the cycle of abundance, ensuring that it touches lives far beyond your own. The horizon you see now is not a final destination, but the threshold of a magnificent continuum where breakthroughs and blessings merge into an ever-expanding tapestry of grace. As this draws to a close, let the words here serve as a catalyst rather than a conclusion. You have been reminded of truths that resonate with the deepest yearnings of your heart, pointing you toward a destiny that was designed long before you ever questioned your worthiness. The possibilities that lie before you are vast, not because of anything you have personally engineered, but because of the unstoppable love and power that have chosen you for such a time as this. With every sunrise, you step further into a narrative where scarcity plays no part, and where mockery, who cannot yet see the bigger picture, is transformed into amazement at what unfolds. Remember that this story is not merely about personal gain, it is a divine tapestry woven with threads of grace, purpose, and collective upliftment. Your role is to remain open, faithful, and willing to expand as opportunities continue to manifest. Yes, there may be moments when the weight you're calling feels immense, but in those instances, recall that infinite support stands ready to reinforce you, replenishing your energy and sharpening your focus. Through it all, the breath in your lungs reminds you that life itself is a gift, a conduit for miracles both large and small. Keep your commitment to nurturing your inner world, for it is the wellspring from which all outward success flows. When you align your actions, intentions, and deepest beliefs with the reality of endless provision, you create a powerful resonance that magnetizes blessings from every direction. Any remnants of doubt are merely echoes of a past that no longer defines you. You have grown, and you will continue to grow, finding new layers of wonder with each step you take. The time has come to walk boldly in the assurance that everything required for your journey is already here, or will be provided in perfect timing. You are seen, you are known, and you are beloved beyond measure. As you move forward, carry the peace that surpasses understanding and the quiet confidence that no door can remain closed when it is destined to open for you. May this moment serve as a lasting reminder that you are enveloped in favor, beyond the realm of your imagination, and may each day bring fresh revelations of just how deeply you are cared for. The abundance that has been promised is not fleeting, it is eternal, and it now rests upon your shoulders as both a gift and a responsibility. Step forth in gratitude, let your light shine in all the corners of your life, and watch as everything around you transforms in accordance with the irrevocable truth that you were always meant for a life of endless, unstoppable, and awe-inspiring richness.